Now let me fast forward to the Denver Broncos and the New York Jets. This was one of the worst games of week 6. I mean, to have a Sunday morning game, 9:30, everybody is excited for this game. If you're a Broncos fan, if you're a Jets fan, you're just saying you wonder about how many points you're going to lose this week. That's basically what it was. And when we get to the statistics, mm, 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 only thing I can do is just scratch my head. Bo Nix, 19 of 30, 174 yards, one touchdown, zero interceptions. And then you have Justin Fields, 9 of 17, 45 yards, zero touchdowns, zero interceptions. But when you tack on the sack yardage, he was a negative 10 passing yards passing in this game. And New York Jets, their rushing attack, Brees Hall, 59 yards, Justin Fields, 73 yards. But one thing that I want to talk about is for the Jets, you go for it where you run a fake punt on fourth down before halftime, and once you get that first down, you don't run another play. That is just poor clock management on the offensive coordinator, poor clock management on the head coach. And Justin Fields had a chance to win this game. If you all looked at the game, and I'm pretty sure most NFL fans probably didn't look at the game, but on that 4th and 8, with under a minute and a half left in the fourth quarter, Justin Fields had his wide receiver number 82, the tight end. He was open. He was open. He was 6 yards down the field. And if he hits him in stride, the Jets probably get a first down and probably go on to win the game. But Justin Fields, he took a sack. Well, he didn't. Well, excuse me, that was the play before. He took a sack on third down. Fourth down, he took a sack. And pretty much the Broncos, they take over the ball on downs and they were able to run out the clock. But historically, and I do mean historically, this game was bad on both sides. It was bad on both sides. And I'm not even going to show any clips of this game because it was so bad for the New York Jets. And I was looking at this game in its entirety. While I was prepping for the Jaguars game, I was looking at this game in its entirety, and I was saying the Jets offense looked like a Pop Warner football team. That's exactly what the Jets looked like. A Pop Warner football team that hadn't even played football before. You had a quarterback in Justin Fields that was, I don't know if he was trying to do his best or just trying to stay upright because the Jets allowed 9 sacks. 9 sacks, and Justin Fields only had 9 completions. And as far as an offense, they only had 9 points. The defense, they had a safety. Outside of that, the Jets didn't do anything on offense. So what I'm hearing from the New York Jets, as far as people that's associated with the New York Jets, what does Aaron Glenn and the offensive coordinator for the New York Jets do? Now, I'm going to say this. New York Jets, they have missed on a lot of quarterbacks. They are in the same boat as the Cleveland Browns, and I'm going to get into the Cleveland Browns a little bit later on in the show. But as of right now, the New York Jets are in the same boat when it comes to quarterbacks as much as the Browns are. Because the New York Jets, past couple of years, you had Aaron Rodgers. You thought Aaron Rodgers was washed. You see how he's balling out in Pittsburgh. You have Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson, he's in Denver right now. Well, excuse me, Zach Wilson, he is in Miami right now. And also, you got Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold, he's in the Pacific Northwest. He is balling out. And you also have another quarterback that you pretty much gave up on, and that's Zach Wilson. Now, Zach Wilson, he is a backup, but I just think that when it comes to the New York, the New York market, it's a very harsh market when it comes to sports and anything. It's a very harsh market. But as of right now, the New York Jets, Aaron Glenn, Aaron Glenn was on that team with the Detroit Lions back in 2021, where where the Lions started out 0-10 and a tie. They had a tie. Then in week 12, they won their first game. And ever since then, we know what the Detroit Lions look like. Now, I said that last week, but from a New York Jets fan perspective, you got to give the fan base hope, because right now, the New York Jets fan base, they don't have hope. This is a putrid offense. This is a defense that doesn't know how to stop anybody. And on top of that, they aren't able to get turnovers. And Justin Fields, he is the first quarterback in NFL history. He is the first quarterback in NFL history to play 5 games, have 0 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, and lose all 5 of those games. So I don't know what to take away from this historic stat line, but the Jets as an organization has to get better. The Jets as a franchise has to get better. The New York-based teams have to get better. The Jets, the Giants, and even the Buffalo Bills. I'm going to get into the Buffalo Bills a little bit later on, but the Buffalo Bills, they have trouble on the offense right now. But the New York Jets, you might need to build you a new facility. New York Giants, you might need to build you a new facility, because I believe those facilities are contaminated with purgatory and just downright embarrassment when it comes to losing. Because the New York Jets, they haven't been relevant since I was in elementary school. And I was in second grade last time they won. No, last time they made it to the playoffs. I was in second grade. The New York Giants, last time I was in elementary school, the New York Giants won a Super Bowl in '07 and 2011. Since then, every season they have just played up under expectations, except for 2016 with the New York Giants. The Jets, they are still living off of that championship that Joe Namath gave them almost 57 years ago. I'm not gonna bore y'all to death with the historical knowledge of the New York Giants, but now this year is Super Bowl 60, and Super Bowl 3 was almost 57 years ago. But since then, it's been, for the New York Jets, it's been coaching staff after coaching staff, quarterback after quarterback, GM after GM, and nobody has found a winning formula and a cohesiveness when it comes to the New York Jets. Giants are in the same fold too. But that's enough about both New York teams. I just think that the NFL is a whole lot better when both LA teams and both New York teams are playing for the playoffs. But we're not going to get that from the Jets this year, and it's a possibility we might not get that from the Giants. But as far as the Denver Broncos, you did what you were supposed to do. I knew that this was going to be a defensive game, and Vance Joseph, his defense has improved from the first year up under Sean Payton. We all know that Sean Payton is a good coach. He's a damn good coach. He is. The Broncos, they are going to go to the playoffs. They are. I'm going to say this and then I'm going to go to the next game. Last season, I said the Broncos were going to win 10 games. You want to know what everybody told me in August of last year? Everybody was saying, Key Time, Key City, you don't know what you're talking about. You're going to lose credibility. Did I lose credibility? Because the Broncos, they won 10 games last season. They got to the playoffs last season. Now, credit, they did lose to the Buffalo Bills, but I said that they was going to make it to the playoffs. And I'm hardly ever wrong with predictions. I'm hardly ever wrong with predictions. Now, Broncos, you did what you were supposed to do. You got the Giants coming to the Mile High City this coming week. I expect the Broncos to win that game, to be 5-2 heading into week 8. Can't believe it. We almost in week 8 and the Jets not going to the playoffs. The Broncos,